Hello dear LELB visitors. In this session I'm going to teach you another advanced reading course based on this course book For and Against Unit 21, and the title is Books, Plays, Films Should Be Censored. Before starting, as usual, let me just see and review the flashcards. Okay, this is either, neither, and both correlative conjunctions. And this is censor, which means criticize, and let's say filter and cut and edit. As you can see, the photo is self-explanatory. And this is provide, means to give, to help, offer. This is possible. And again, censor. This is confine, means limit, to put yourself in a closed or enclosed place. Censor, and that's it. Okay. So let me use my and let me bold it, make it bold. Okay, it's better. Alright, so okay, books, plays, play, for example, Shakespeare's plays. Okay, Romeo and Juliet, it's a kind of play. Films should be censored. There is a very closely spelled word. This is censor, and this is censure. And censure means to criticize. Do not mistake them for each other. Okay? Alright. Let us suppose that you are in the position of a parent. Okay, hypothetically, you are a parent. Would you allow your children to read any book they wanted to without first checking its contents? This is a challenging question. You know, parents have some responsibilities to take care of their children, and particularly to what they are exposed to. Would you take your children to see any film without first finding out or checking or realizing whether it is suitable or appropriate for them? Yeah, I'm not a parent, so as a matter of fact, I cannot answer it. But it seems to be logical, actually, to monitor what your children are exposed to. If your answer to these questions is yes, then you are either extremely permissive, so if you don't care about it, so you must be a permissive parent. Permissive means not strict. It means you don't care. You just permit your children to do what they want. Or just plain irresponsible. Plain here is an intensifier, and it means completely. And remember, plain is used as an intensifier or adverb when it is followed by a negative word, as we have here, irresponsible. So you must be really irresponsible if you just evade any responsibilities. If your answer is no, then you are exercising your right, you are practicing your right or prerogative as a parent. Let me write prerogative. Or due as a parent to protect your children from what you consider to be undesirable influences. It's self-clear, so you just try to protect or defend your children against some undesirable, unpleasant effects. In other words, by acting as a censor, so censor is a person who censors yourself, you are admitting that there is a strong case for censorship. So by acting as a censor, a person who just performs censorship, yourself, you are admitting, you are acknowledging, you are confessing, you are just verifying that there is a strong case for censorship. So you just okay with that. Now, of course, you will say that it is one thing to exercise censorship where children are concerned. It means when they are, let's say, in the central area of focus, where children are concerned, and quite another to do the same thing for adults. So it's not just limited to children. Censorship should be practiced for adults too, or to adults too. Children need protection, and it is the parents' responsibility to provide it. It refers to the protection. But what about adults? Is it fair to say that adults actually should not be protected against some unethical contents? Aren't they old enough to decide what is good for them? Or mature enough? Let me see. Let me write it. Mature means wise. The answer is that many adults are mature. But don't make the mistake of thinking that all adults are like yourself. Don't think that all adults are mature actually to take care of what they see, what they read, what they are exposed to. Censorship is for the good of society as a whole. It serves the society. It is at the service of society, censorship. Remember, I'm not here to criticize actually this text. I'm just a reader. Highly civilized people might find it possible to live amicably together without laws of any kind, because they are highly civilized. It means actually they are educated, they are enlightened. Let me write enlightened. Or informed. Well informed. So they might find it possible to live amicably or in a friendly atmosphere, in a peaceful atmosphere together without laws. They are not actually dependent on laws of any kind. They would just rely on good sense to solve their problems. But imagine what chaos or lack of order there would be, it's a hypothetical question, if we lived in a society without laws. Conditional sentence type 2 showing an unreal situation. So if there is no law, there would be chaos. There will be chaos or anarchy. We will have anarchy later on. Like the law, censorship contributes to the common good. So there is a simile or analogy here. Law and censorship contribute or make a contribution. Make a contribution, it means serve, or to be at the service of, to actually account for, to produce something good, to the common good or general good. Good here is not an adjective, it's a noun. It means it is advantageous to all people, to the majority of people. Some people think that it is disgraceful or unpleasant that a censor should interfere with works of art. Okay, some people believe that actually censors or those who perform censorship should not meddle in, should not intervene. Okay, or meddle in artistic work. Okay, who is this person, they say, to ban this great book or cut this great film? They should not do that. No one can set himself up as a superior being, as a better person actually, to perform censorship. This is what they say. But we must remember two things. Firstly, we're genuine. Genuine means real. Genuine works of art are concerned. So if we are dealing with artistic works, modern censors are extremely liberal. It means censors are really liberal and open-minded and broad-minded in their views. So they are not, for example, stubborn or obsessed. Often far more liberal than a large section of the public. So they are more liberal than ordinary people. Artistic merit is something which censors clearly recognize. So censors have been trained or educated to recognize or identify or discern artistic merit or artistic value. And secondly, we must bear in mind and remember that the great proportion or a large number of books, plays, and films which come before the censor, actually they are taken to the censors in order to be edited, are very far from being works of art. It means that they are just garbage. A large number of books that are actually supposed to be artistic, they are nothing but, for example, trashy materials. When discussing censorship, therefore, we should not confine our attention to great masterpieces or classics. Classics means of great quality. Not all of the, let's say, works that are published are of high quality, but should consider the vast numbers of publications and films which make up or take or occupy the bulk or massive part of the entertainment industry. So they are just intended to amuse people or entertain people. When censorship laws are relaxed, it means when censorship is not practiced enough, unscrupulous means irresponsible, immoral, unethical, unconscientious. Let me write it down. Unconscientious. Yeah. People are given a license or permission or permit to produce virtually anything in the name of art. So if there is no censorship, everybody would just create something and publish everything. There is an increasing tendency to equate artistic with pornographic. There is a natural tendency, increasing and growing, let's say, enthusiasm to equate means equalize, liken artistic with pornographic materials. Pornographic that are intended to arouse you sexually. The vast market for pornography would rapidly be exploited or used up. Okay, one of the great things that censorship does is to prevent certain people from making fat profit by corrupting the minds of others. So it just prevents or precludes some, let's say, abuses. Corrupting the minds of people, it means that making the minds of people dirty and negatively influencing the way people think, corrupting and spoiling, ruining the minds of people. And then in return making a lot of money, making fat profit is huge advantage. To argue in favor of absolute freedom is to argue in favor of anarchy. So another analogy or comparison here is absolute freedom. It means there is no control. If there is the case, then we should argue for, or let's say advocate for anarchy or chaos. Society would really be the poorer if it deprives itself of the wise counsel and the restraining influence which censor provides. Concluding remark here, it says that society would be really poorer, in a poorer condition, if and only if it just takes away itself in society of the wise counsel or consultation and the restraining influence or controlling effect that a censor can just offer or provide. That's it. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and as usual you can see the recently added posts on Instagram, wholesale, visible, and some others. And also, let me just give you some hints here. If you just want to improve your English, depending on the other, let's say, archives on LELB Society, you can, for example, have access to the full let me increase magnification to the full category of 504 absolutely essential words, 1100 words you need to know. And this is for and against that I just taught you one of the lessons, and English negotiations, English lectures, and so on and so forth. And so this is the archive of the classes that I have, and also English negotiations. And if you are visiting my website on a PC or laptop, not a portable device, then you can here in this on this sidebar, you can see the recently added posts. And also here is let's say another menu, for example, English lectures, interviews, and so on. And they are actually categories. It means each one of them includes dozens of, let's say, posts, so they can help you tremendously. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and Opera channel in order to receive upcoming lessons in English. And thank you for your attention. Take care and goodbye.